Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel called Abby of Abby's Corner. If it's your first time seeing this face, it means you haven't subscribed. So guys, go subscribe to my channel. Hit on the subscribe button below that says subscribe. Like, share, comment, yeah, that's it. Like, share, comment and all of that, please. If you joined my Insta live earlier, I just made an Insta live like earlier today. Well, there was an issue with it. I don't know what happened. I went on live like over an hour. Maybe that's what affected it. I don't know why it didn't post. So I'm doing like, it's not going to be a recap, but it's more like, concluding everything or trying to wrap up everything I discussed on my Insta live, which is on the topic rape. Let's talk rape. A lot was said on Insta Live, so I will not be exhausting much right now. So we majorly talk about a lot of things. People shared their views on the issue rape, and one thing we actually talked about was we had to discuss reasons for rape, and we got the conclusion that there is no justifiable reason for one to rape a fellow individual, irrespective of the fact maybe the person is vulnerable or maybe the person is young or the person is old. There really is no justifiable reason for one to rape another person. I actually highlighted some factors which was based on the research I made on the reasons why certain individuals, the abuser, reasons why the abusers actually abuse the abused. I know what I'm trying to say. So why do they abuse these victims? Why do they abuse these people? And I stumbled on a model based on my research called the biopsychosocial model, which actually talks about the biological, psychological, and the social factors that would lead to one abusing another individual. Biological factor has to do with like the attributes, the temperament, and all of that. Psychological, that has to do with maybe traumatic experiences of abuse in the past as a child that might lead to one being an abuser as well sometime in his or adult life. Also, the social factors like peer pressure, we see people who would engage in gang rape, and there's a possibility that the other person didn't want to do it initially, but because his friends are actually doing it, it's actually impact on that evil act. So that can also be it. But even with that, even while we have to try to understand the reason why people would want to do such, wicked acts, want to place some such wicked acts in one's life, even trying to understand those factors, we will still conclude that it's still no reason for one to be so inhuman to his fellow human. Yeah, we talked about that. Also we also tried to note the fact that the female gender and the male gender are actually victims of this kind of situation. So it's not just the female gender that is being raped. It's not just females that are being raped. I meant to say, but the male gender also are affected by this issue. But the only thing is that because of ego, because of certain societal, societal beliefs, it actually makes some men not come out to say they've been abused or that they've been raped. So we should not exclude or overlook the fact that the male gender are also affected by this. So bottom line, the thing is, there is no reason for one to want to rape his fellow individual or any other person that is vulnerable or a child and all of that. It's simply a devilish act, is simply very, very wrong and very, very cruel for one to do that. Some may say, I would simply say that sometimes in some part of the world, I would say in Africa, I feel the issue of rape is not taken seriously, except now. But I know in the past, except now, like in maybe 2018, 2019, that people are talking about it. But even with that, people still go away with the act of rape in Africa. I read of a story where an older man, maybe of 49, 50, raped a 9-year-old, and he was arrested, but because he had the money, so he bribed the police, and he was released. And we see that is injustice. So sometimes I feel that the society also contributes to the increasing number of rape in the world today. A society that doesn't protect the rights of women, of the vulnerable population, actually would contribute to the number of rape in the world today. In a situation where the judicial system doesn't protect victims, it's always a very, very sad situation. I think that is the reason why some of the rapists think they can go away with it and still continue with this wicked act. So I think it's high time that underdeveloped countries, developing countries, I think it's high time that they all sit down and try to, think of this vulnerable population and try to create ways to protect these people. Also try to create, awareness to their citizens, and aside that, try to, educate if I'm right to say, educate these rapists. Let them understand. Let them be checked, because I feel part of it is a psychological issue. Apart from the fact that anyone who rapes cannot just wake up and say he wants to rape a particular individual on a particular day, but would have preconceived it, that would have been in this person's mind for a very long time. Person would have been brooding on it, and until one day that he does, unleashes everything. And I feel that it's just sad that in certain part of the world, they do not take it seriously. The government doesn't take it seriously. The governments do not try to protect these people. So I feel, as individuals, as those who are vulnerable, particularly the ladies, I would say particularly the female gender the female gender actually being affected by this. So I feel, number one, personally, for the ladies, try to make sure you are not in that kind of situation. If it means do not be with a particular guy at the wrong time or at the odd hours. I'm not saying that you are the cause of the rape. No, all I'm saying is that you do not know who that person sitting next to you is. So try to protect yourself and do not find yourself in such situations. So protect yourself and ensure that you stay away from such situations, from trouble. Do not be with any individual at the wrong time. If you don't trust this person, even some people that you even trust, but even you've heard of neighbors, aunties, brothers, sisters raping a particular person. So it's important you don't find yourself in such situations. Do not be in a secluded place. Refuse to see the person in public, because you can trust no one. You don't know when that nonsense, crazy urge will drop into the person's thoughts, and the person unleashes like an animal. So it's important that we do that. And also for parents, try to protect your female children, your male children. Try to educate them on sex education. Like one of the things that one of my guest or my speaker spoke about on the Insta Live, he said, when he has his daughter, he's going to make sure that he educates her. He would try to protect her. So he even went as much as saying that he would only kiss his daughter on her head, so that if any man would try to kiss his child anywhere apart from the head, then the child will come and report and say, "Dad, someone kissed me here." Then you will know that is someone that is trying to make a move. So it's important that you know how to devise means to protect your children. Do not leave your children in the hands of neighbors or because of your work, and then you leave them in the hands of people you feel you can trust, who would end up molesting that child. And if the child is scared, or being threatened. The child might not even open up until the child is older, and that can even affect the child, you know, in his relationship with other people, in a marriage or in his marriage and all of that. So please try to protect your children from these crazy people. Also, another thing is that society also has a lot of work to do in the sense of, you know, sensitizing. Try to educate people that women should not be shamed, the victim should not be shamed. If a woman is being raped, do not blame the woman for being the cause of rape. Even if she is naked, you have no right to say you want to rape a woman except she gives you a consent to have sexual intercourse with her. You have no right. Aside that, you have no right. Even as a married man, as a married couple, you have no right to forcefully have sex with your wife if she hasn't given you the consent, or if he hasn't given you his consent. You have no right to have sex with your partner except you are given the consent. Do not interpret a woman's "oh no" as yes, because most guys do that. Do not interpret it to be that. If she hasn't given you a consent, do not force a woman against her will. Please, please. I think that is what we should actually be aware of. Also, we as human beings should try to develop self-efficacy, high self-efficacy, whereby no matter the temptation, you should be disciplined enough to hold yourself. Be disciplined to hold yourself. If you feel the urge of having sex with someone, please take cough syrup. I will say cough syrup. Go and take syrup. Take sleeping medicine and go and sleep. Please. I'm not saying you should go into drug abuse, no, but if you feel that urge, look for a way to distract yourself. Go and sleep. Read your Bible. Do what will make you happy. But do not think of, you know, exploiting someone else, all because you want to satisfy your sexual needs. Please, please, and please. Yeah, I think that should be all I have to say. Self-efficacy, you know, yeah, I have to say, that's what I have to say. So thanks guys for watching. I also want to tell you about my website. It's abby'scorner.com. I'll put it in the description section. So you would go see it, and please go check it out. Go subscribe to my website. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you for watching. So my sincere love, my sincere compassion goes to those victims who have been raped, those victims who have been abused. I know it's a very painful experience, but I just want you to pull through, and I want you to stay strong. I want you to know that you are not alone. I also want you to know that you have the strength to move on by God's grace, and that you should also talk to someone. Yeah. So guys, I love you. Bye.